What's up, swimmers and triathletes? Coach Erinne here with Full Circle Coaching. I'm here to demonstrate and show you some of my favorite strength training exercises for swimming. Now, we've already gone over the mobility and the flexibility you need for swimming, and that's another video on my YouTube channel, so go check that out. But being strong is an essential part of being able to go faster in the water. And so many times people come to the sport of swimming and they don't get faster, and it's because they're not strong. So these exercises are swim specific. Okay, so the first exercise we're gonna do is called a streamline squat. We always wanna think about everything we're doing in swimming as being able to hold your streamline, but being strong. So remember, this is what your streamline looks like, right? Your hands are reaching for 11 and 1, and you're streamline with your feet together, okay? I'm gonna show you the side view. So from the side, my belly button is pulled in, my back is flat, my hips are open, yet I still have a streamline from my hands all the way to my shoulders, all the way down to my ankles, okay? So the squat looks like this. You're gonna try to hold that position as much as you can and go all the way down and push straight back up. Go all the way down and push straight back up. Now, how to use these exercises, I'm gonna demonstrate one or two of the exercises, but then you can just pause the video and do a set of 15 or 20 so that you get a full workout. So the next exercise, we're gonna hit the floor, and I'm gonna show you 3 different variations for your push-up. So you're gonna always think about that streamline even in your push-up position. I'll tell you, doing it on the sand is a little bit harder, so having a solid surface underneath is gonna be a little bit easier. So remember, streamline position, so your feet together, right? Walking your hands out, so your shoulders are your hands are underneath your shoulders, and have a nice streamline position, hands off the ground, and then push straight back up. That's called a hand release push-up. Good, I'm gonna show one more, but notice how strong I am through the core. Second push-up. Push up, get on your side, reach for the sky, keep your head pointed straight down. Push up, with hips and your shoulders. Push up, and push up. Good, the third variation is a downward dog. So push up, and then stretch to find your downward dog. And don't forget to breathe. Inhale down, exhale up. I'm definitely a little rusty on my push-ups. For this next one, and again, we're gonna focus on our streamline. Toes together, pointed, hands reaching for 11 and 1. Look straight down, okay? Opposite arm and leg lift. Opposite arm and leg lift. Super straight legs, super straight arms. Notice my fingertips are below my wrists, below my elbow, below my shoulder. I'm lifting from my back, and I'm looking straight down at the mat, not forward. So opposite arm and leg, 20 reps. Then you can move on to same arm, same leg. Try to look straight down. Try to get your thighs off the ground. The ground's a little uneven for me here, but I'm getting the idea. Next exercise, a straight arm plank. So again, shoulders, hands are underneath my shoulders, and I'm putting that perfect positioning. This one, I'm gonna have my feet wider because it's a little more challenging. I don't wanna shift my weight side to side, but I wanna stay super strong. So I'm gonna reach my right arm out without shifting my body weight from side to side. So this is incorrect, okay? Nice strong core. Pull the belly button in. Try one leg and then the other. And as you get stronger, you're gonna do opposite arm and leg. Those are pretty hard, but you can do it if you keep training. The next exercise we're gonna do is a side plank, okay? Being strong on your side is the most important place to be strong when you're swimming. Every single freestyle swim stroke, you wanna be able to be on your side. If you don't have strong core, you're not gonna be able to hold that position. So what you wanna do is make sure you start with your hand right underneath your shoulder, not away from you, and your feet stacked one on top of each other. So my hips are even, my shoulders are even. I'm gonna stay looking straight out at the bottom, stay looking straight down to my hand, right? And hold this position. Notice my hips are forward. I don't have my butt back, okay? And if you want to make it harder, you can point your top leg and thread the needle. Challenge the movement, okay? Ideally, you would want to hold this for at least a minute on each side. And keep your head looking straight down, just as you would if you were swimming. All right, reverse plank. We've done front plank, side plank, all really focusing on that streamline and straight through the hips, right? So same thing on our backs. So hands right behind your butt with your fingers pointed towards you. You're gonna lift your hips up and straighten your legs as much as you can. The sand is a little unstable, but that's the idea. So the idea is to be able to lift one leg up and then the other without bending your knees, okay? Squeeze the glutes. Make the movement come from your hamstrings, your glutes, and your hips. Try to get 20 repetitions on each side with good posture. Okay, continuing with strengthening our streamline and our hip. It's called the dry land flutter kick. Start with your hands as long as they can go. You can tuck them under your hips if you want to, but not up here, okay? You want your belly button pulled in, your back flat to the ground, chin to your chest. Straighten your legs, point your toes, and ideally, you should be able to do this for a whole minute without stopping, and you can vary the speed, right? Fast or slow, but make sure you're almost touching the ground and coming up about at least a foot, right? All right, now we're gonna move down to strengthening the lower leg and your kick. A lot of triathletes and swimmers, they don't follow through on the kick so that the kick comes forward of your body just as much as it comes behind. So hands and knees, make sure your toes are pointed away from you and make sure you're on a soft surface. And you're gonna lift your knees up so you get that good stretch from your knees to your toes, right? So you can do a set of 20 of these and make sure. This is more of a stretch actually, but it also strengthens. But just make sure you're on a soft surface because you can hurt your joints. So the next exercise is a back lunge with a twist as you get stronger. The twist can actually throw your balance off, so add it when you're strong and stable. So it's good to hold on to something, so I use my swim stick. So I'm gonna take a big step back, and I wanna think about having everything be 90 degrees. 90 degree in front, 90 degree in back, okay? Opening up my hip. As I get stronger, I can twist and then come back up. Alternating the leg, twist, right? So that's one variation. The ground is a little unstable in the sand. It's a little harder, right? And if you need to put your knee down, that's fine for balance. Another way to do it, opening up the hip, arms overhead, right? That's a little bit easier. And again, good posture, head just neutral, looking forward. So this is an easier version, keeping everything in line, right? Good posture. More challenging, add a fit ball or a medicine ball, and then add the rotation, right? And you're turning towards the leg that's bent, so you're getting an extra stretch here. Back to center, switch sides. You can even combination the two. So you're here, up, here, up. So your back is just as important as the rest of your body in being strong for swimming, especially your lats. So having a stretch cord and a tree is all you really need. A couple different variations. A bow and arrow row is gonna help you get your rotation in the water. So if my right foot is forward, I'm gonna row with my left arm and make sure my elbow, my shoulder, and my arm are all in the same line. And I'm keeping my head looking straight ahead, looking at my target, right? Using my core, pulling my belly button in. Nice straight arms, the front knee slightly bent. Then practicing the simulation of a pull-up. If you don't have the ability to do a pull-up or you're not as strong, you can just do a bent over row pull-up. So again, you're looking straight down, good posture, shoulders back and down, and pull with your elbows out to the side as if you're doing a pull-up. This strengthens the lats and the entire back as you pull down. Exhale as you pull down. Okay, so now we're getting really swim specific with your stroke mechanics. So many swimmers and triathletes, they never bend their elbows when they catch themselves swimming in the water. They do straight arm recovery and straight arm catch. That's just too long of a lever, so you have to train it You have to train your muscles to be strong in this position. So you want to bend over at your waist, look straight down, have good posture, and your hands reaching for 11 and 1. And practice your high elbow catch, and then finish all the way past your thighs. High elbow catch, finish, and you can even recover practicing your high elbow recovery. But notice how soon my elbows pop up, and that allows me to use my lats, right? Not as much my shoulders, okay? Your lats are bigger muscles, and we want to train them to do the work, and that doesn't happen as much when your arms are straight and you pull yourself forward that way. This is a great exercise, especially if you can't get into the water. You're practicing your swim stroke using your stretch cords. So these are great. You can get them on my swim store, swimoutlet.com/full circle, and all the equipment that I use for swimming is there. Okay, you guys, strong rotator cuffs, which are the internal rotator muscles that internally and externally rotate, are super important in swimming. And so many athletes get injured for overtraining, right? Overtraining reasons. So including some strength training for your rotator cuffs is essential. And this is swim specific when you do it with your elbow out to the side. So the idea is have the resistance behind you, have a strong core, and then rotate your hand parallel with your elbow. So I'm rotating to get strong. You don't want to do these too heavy. Lighter resistance is better, and you can increase the intensity by stretching forward or stepping forward and having a bigger stretch, okay? So this is gonna help you with your catch and help protect your rotator cuff. So you wanna do 20 forward, and then on the same arm, you would do 20 backwards. But for the camera, I'm gonna show this arm. So this one's a little more difficult. And this is where most triathletes are super weak, or swimmers are super weak, right? Because we're all about forward strength. So this one is insurance as far as helping you protect your shoulders, right? Keep your elbow even with your shoulder. Exhale as you pull back. Okay, you guys, having strong shoulders is also important, don't get me wrong. So I use my stretch cord again, and I'm gonna start in this position and push straight up, remembering to reach for 11 and 1, not 12. You want to avoid this position, right? This is where you're strong. So again, chin in, neutral spine, my belly button's pulled in. My arms are in line with my shoulders, not in front and not behind. Okay, you guys, that's it. There's not too many swim-specific exercises, and I recommend doing these at least a minimum of once a week, preferably when you're done swimming and you're a little tired, so you challenge yourself to remain strong through your core. Once a week, and then you can do them in addition to any additional weight training you're doing with like dumbbells, right?